Actually, it's my first time on a porn set.
Yes!
Yay! Do you make more money doing OnlyFans? Do you make more money doing
You make more money.
Because I saw on your Rentman ad that you were like letting people fetishize you.
And he's still putting his hand back on my neck, like wanting to choke me out. I just don't want to end up tied in a house somewhere in Hollywood.
Hello.
I was just about to put
How are you?
How are you?
Do you mind if I turn the camera on you?
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Matt.
Welcome to our home.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
oh my
to meet
gosh.
you.
Oh, it's so nice. Hi.
This is my boyfriend,
Do you mind being on camera?
Yeah, no problem at all.
I'm Matt. Nice to meet you.
So pleasure to meet you.
Thanks for having me over.
course.
I'm so excited to be here. You have a nice place.
Thank you. It needed to straighten up, so you were the impetus for
But
it.
then you also do porn too, right?
Yes.
Are you open to talking about that too? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about whatever.
Because I've done a little bit of research.
Yes.
And I went to your Twitter and then I saw that you do a lot with him as well, and other people of course
Yes.
too. But
Yep.
so is that your main career? Porn
that,
too?
That is my main.
Like OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. He's
more
mostly
so-
known. He's
yeah.
mostly known for OnlyFans. I do lots of studio stuff. I've been doing studio porn for 5 years, and so I've done just about everything in studio porn.
Our relationship was so great because like I'm like the digital king in that aspect and he was the studio. So like we really learned a lot from each other and it's been great.
What's the difference between studio and OnlyFans? Like, do you make more money doing OnlyFans? Do you make more money doing studio?
You make more money doing OnlyFans,
And you have more creative control.
But studio, you're actually technically in a porn studio right now. This is, so watch, if you walk in here, this is actually where we shoot. This is like a shoot space.
Oh my gosh, I
All
love
the
it.
lighting.
Oh yes.
Don't you love the sheets?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Thanks for having me over.
Thank you for coming. I'm so honored. Like I'm truly so honored to be on this.
I'm so excited. Like when you messaged back and you're like, I'm interested. I was like, yes, because I just feel like you're so iconic and unique for what you do. And
Thank you.
I just
That means a lot. Like honestly, it makes me so happy to hear that because like being like the short dwarf, like it was really rough.
So you keep saying the word dwarf. What word is appropriate for other people to call it that?
You can call me a dwarf. Like that's totally fine. I think little person was thrown around so much to trying to be the politically correct term, and I honestly think it sounds worse because it's like if I'm gonna be the little person, what are you gonna be, the big person in this? Like, am I below you? You know, that's the way I think about it. You know, at the end of the day, I'm a person just like you. And then people throw like the slur, which is midget, and I'm like, honestly, that doesn't bother me. If you want to use it, if I even use it sometimes, fetishizing myself because I take ownership of it.
Yeah, because I saw on your Rentman ad that you were like letting people fetishize you.
I was, because I think that gives me the power. I enjoy when people bring it to the table because they're like, is this okay? Is this cool? We live in like a PC time and I don't want to offend you. And I'm like, no, you're not offending me because I think it adds to the experience of it.
Do you feel like a lot of guys that meet up with you are meeting up with you because they want to have sex with?
Completely. I think out of like a casting catalog of all the LA boys that you're seeing the same thing, when I pop up, it's like, holy shit. When am I going to run into this? When am I going to run into a dwarf? It's like running into a unicorn, essentially. This is what people tell me.
Did you guys meet on a porn shoot or?
No, we actually met in the best way possible because like he was my role model in like just the industry for like 5 years when I was just starting out with this. So like I would like talk to him online and like flirt with him and be like, oh, we got to get together, da 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 da. So I went to P-Town and he was on the street. Did not even know, like there was no like, hey, you're gonna be there, whatever. No communication prior. And I'm like, this is the guy that I literally had a crush on for so many years. And so I would go up to him and I'm like, is it you? And he's like, I know you. And then we literally just go up into the boat slip in my hotel and we literally start making content like that. The chemistry was like incredible. I think I was in the second grade and it hit me really hard because the teacher actually had to talk to the class and like take me out of it to actually explain to them, Michael's not going to grow up anymore. Like he's going to be at that stature for like the rest of his life. Honestly, that's when I was like, wow, like, yeah, this is my life now. Like the kids are going to start growing and I'm going to be the same size. Well, now I'm going to be like the butt of all these jokes. How am I going to survive this? Having to deal with the stares. They're pointing at me. They're making a spectacle of me just shopping in a store. I'm not some zoo animal on display, you know? I had a lot of suicidal thoughts. I was like, nobody really wants to be my friend. You know, everyone says they're a friend and then they bully me and then they laugh because the whole crowd is laughing at me. Like, I didn't even want to come out of the house. Like, this is so embarrassing. And so, like, as soon as I got to the point of, like, when I graduated, I was like, I turned to the internet. When I was finally legal, I was like, okay, this is my chance to use the internet as a compass to like my sexuality. And I was like, let me go live. I have a webcam. You know, I'm in my room right now, like by myself constantly, so why not? I just went live on Chatterbait. I went live on Cam 4, and before you know it, I was like the top male performer in an hour.
So do you remember the first time you got on Chatterbait? Or
Yeah, Chatterbait.
Was Chatterbait your first one?
Yes.
And you thought beforehand, okay, I'm gonna get on here and get naked.
Yeah, I was incredibly horny. I was like, I'm gonna get naked. I'm gonna start masturbating, and lo and behold, like people are just coming into my room. Number one, losing their mind because it's a fucking dwarf masturbating. Like, just you don't see that at all. I mean, so they're like, holy shit, they're losing their mind. And it was all amazing feedback. There was really no like trolling, and that to me solidified everything. This is where I'm going to excel and succeed, and this is where I feel like I belong in life, and it's going to be on the internet without my clothes on.
I've always thought he was incredibly handsome. I love his body. Like, I really am very, very attracted to his body. I love his proportions. Lots of petite men always have to play like the boy. There's that role of kind of the like, well, you're going to be the sub because you're the little one. And I've always liked that he's always had like a definite personality. I've always been into different people. Like, that's the only thing that's been really hard about doing porn is you do find you're with a very kind of monotonous type of other people, you know what I mean? Like, I when you do studio porn, you tend to be with like the most beautiful versions of people supposedly, but I've always been really different. I've always kind of I've liked trans performers, I like women, I like everybody. I like people of larger and smaller scale. Like, I like big guys, I like skinny guys. I like everybody.
Can we get into the rent man of it all?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just think it's interesting because if you're making so much money on OnlyFans and stuff, what makes you want to get on Rentman to do that as well?
I think it's the fun of it. I get like this sense of almost adventure, and it's like, wow, like somebody's desiring me so badly that they're willing to pay to have sex with me, and I kind of deserve it because I am a dwarf, and you're not going to find somebody else like me. You know, in LA you may find 10 other people who look like some famous movie star.
Six-pack abs.
Exactly.
Blah, blah, blah.
You're going to get that look, but then if you want somebody truly different, you're going to pay for this. I've been killing it in the escorting.
I believe it.
Yeah, like it's nerve-wracking. Like I talked to him about it because my boyfriend does it as well, and he's been in the game so long that he's like my mentor with this. And I turned to him and I'm like, what do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? Do you get sketch vibes? Like, I just don't want to end up tied in a house somewhere in Hollywood. That's my biggest fear because of my stature and everything like that. So you're
more vulnerable because of your stature.
Exactly. He's 5'10". He could fight off somebody where I can't. You know what I'm saying? So I have to always go into that headspace where I'm prepared and like loaded with the knowledge of shit gets real, but I also don't want it like hindering from making all that money. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
So
do you have people come here too, or is it out calls?
Yes. If I can do in calls for like my peace of mind, I'll always have them, and he has no problem with it. He's like, he'll make it a space, and he'll be like, I'll fuck off for a couple hours.
Or do you ever join in?
He has, yeah.
Does it raise your prices if both of you are involved?
Oh, yeah. I always make sure he gets paid his respectable rate, and I get also mine.
That is the truth about hookup culture. Sometimes you are going and knocking on a stranger's door, and that's the excitement of it, is that you don't really know what you're going to get. So if you've ever fucked someone on Grindr, you're already 2 steps ahead.
I guess I would just get more nervous because if you're paying for sex, maybe they feel like they deserve something different than,
That's so true. Most recently, I escorted and I got 3 clients in one night. We were away from each other. I was checking in with him because, like, anything can go down. You know what I'm saying? So the last client of the night got very aggressive with me, like choking me out. Now I'm like in a situation where I don't know how this is going to proceed. So I kind of like kept taking his, like, I was like, dude, like, can we lighten up? Like, I'm giving him like these verbal cues, and he's still putting his hand back on my neck, like wanting to choke me out. I dealt with it successfully. I was like, no, that's not going to happen. And I firmly put his hand away, and I was like, we're going to finish this, but I'm not into being choked out. Like, that's one thing. If we're done, we're done. I could leave, but that's not going to happen. Like, you're not going to use me like a rag doll. Yeah,
because I guess I would be nervous that, like, because of your height, people are searching you out because they want to be dominant and they want to take control.
Exactly. But funny enough, honestly, I want you to be super dominant with me.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, like, they're like, I'm a 6'4" guy, and I literally want you to take control of me, and to me that's insanely hot.
And that makes you feel safer too, because it's like you're in control.
Because I'm in control, and they're like the sub in that aspect. Yeah, completely.
I have an eye for composition.
So this is where you put it up to get like the overhead shots.
Mm-hmm. So you put it in right here, and then you just press go,
Oh my gosh.
and they have.
What?
Wait. Let's see. Like,
Yes!
yay!
I love it. Oh my gosh.
My experience has been so different from, I'm sure, everybody you've spoken to.
It's so inspiring though, and I leave here feeling so inspired that, you know, I feel like a lot of people maybe that are dwarfs or whatever you call it out
Whatever
there, like
you like to be
yeah, whatever you
called.
like to be called,
Yeah.
like wouldn't, you know, struggle with that, feeling sexy or feeling wanted their whole entire life probably. And for you to find power in that and make your living off of that, it's just,
It makes me tear up almost because I get so much feedback from a small circle of dwarves that I do keep in contact with on the internet, and they have their own Twitters and they're trying to get into the content game, and they reach out to me and they're like, honestly, we can't believe that you are doing what you're doing. You're such an inspiration. They're like, I don't even want to take pictures of myself because I feel ugly. I feel like everyone's gonna laugh once I post a naked photo of me. And what you're doing, you literally just did this for your whole community. And I was like, I break down into tears every time I get messages like that. I'm doing it for the dwarves that would never be able to do this and are dying to do something like this. I was just this kid from Jersey that was like literally in my bedroom just struggling with my self-esteem. And to be here today where I'm doing interviews and sex work and like living my best life is just truly everything I've wanted.
I'm so happy to have met you. Thank you so much.
I'm so happy to have met you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for inviting me in here and being so open and letting
Welcome
me.
to our set.
I love it. I know.
you.
Actually, it's my first time on a porn set.
Yeah.
Thank you
It
so
made my
much.
day.
Thank
Thank
you. So fun. Oh my gosh, you did so good.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, it was amazing.
Thank you.
Did you have fun?
I had so much fun.
Okay, good.